Everybody, I know Ms. Walker asked you guys know Frozen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the play that we're going to do today is what Frozen was based on. And it's part because we're doing literature and things like this. And I want to say these guys did a really good job in like about 2 weeks learning everything. They're still on a script, but their acting and everything is really good. And I think you're going to have a really good time and enjoy it. You ready? This is The Snow Queen by Hans Christian Andersen.
This is the story of
The Snow Queen. Once upon a time, long, long ago, there lived a wicked demon who invented a magic mirror. It was an evil mirror, for it showed only bad things. In the mirror, everything that was beautiful became ugly.
The demon and his friends decided to carry the mirror up to heaven to mock the angels. But as they carried it, it got heavier and heavier, till at last it slipped and fell to the ground.
Crash!
It broke into millions and millions of bits. Instead of one mirror, there are now millions of them, as small as grains of dust floating everywhere. The pieces flew into people's eyes and made them see only unpleasant things.
They flew into people's hearts, too. And then they did the most damage, for the heart was frozen from the ice, and all the kindness was lost.
This is the story of a mischief caused just by one piece of the mirror. My name is Gerda, and this is Kai, the boy who lives next door to me.
In the summer, we sit and play on a flat roof of the house. There is a garden with rose trees high above the city.
In the winter, we cannot go onto the roof.
We play indoors when it is cold. When it snows, I take my sled in the streets. It won't be long before winter is here.
Hi, Gerda, come in and out of the cold. I hate snow and cold weather.
Oh, I don't. Do you think it's going to snow today, Mother?
I think it will. When it snows, we say, look, the white bees are swarming.
Have they a queen bee too?
Indeed, they have. She flies where the swarm is the thickest. She never falls to the ground, but always flies up to the sky again. They call her the Snow Queen. What is she like, the Snow Queen?
Is the Snow Queen beautiful?
Oh yes, she is very beautiful, but she is cold as ice, and she has no heart at all.
Just then, a piece of magic mirror flew into Kai's eye.
It went straight to his heart and began at once to freeze it. He became angry with the mother and Gerda. Neither of them could guess what was wrong. Kai ran out into the street, slamming the door behind him. It was snowing heavily outside and it was barely cold.
Silly old Mother and Gerda, I'm going to find my ship. Oh, listen to the sleigh bells. I wonder who could own such a big sleigh.
Come here, little Kai.
Who are you?
I am the Snow Queen. I have come to fetch you to my palace in the frozen north.
It's so cold.
Come, sit in my sleigh.
But I don't want to go with you. I want to go home.
Come here.
Oh, you're so cold, so beautiful, so cold.
Hush, go to sleep. Now away. We go to the land of perpetual ice and snow.
The Snow Queen cracked her whip, and the sleigh moved off into the dark sky. Kai had fallen asleep under the Snow Queen's spell. Tucked in the sleigh, he was carried into the thick of the falling snow.
At home, Gerda and the mother waited for Kai, but he did not come home. They searched everywhere, but they could not find him. The winter went away and spring came, but still, Kai did not return. One day, Gerda decided she would go into the wide world and look for him. One morning, she rose very early and crept out of the house so as not to waken the sleeping mother.
Gerda came to a river, a boat rocking on the waves. It took her miles away until, at last, it brought her to the magic garden of the witch.
Come and sit down, Gerda. I've been waiting for you. You must be cold and tired, having come so far. Have you seen Kai? Don't worry about Kai. Come and sit in my garden. There's always summer. And forget about home. No, they don't know about such things. Come and live with me and forget about Kai. How can I forget about Kai? Do you have roses in your garden? They would know where he is. They will only tell you that Kai is in the far north. You will never get there by yourself. I must go look for him. Come here. Let me go. Let me go.
Gerda escaped from the clutches of the witch and ran from the garden. She walked and she walked, her feet ached and she was very tired, but she kept nipped on, always heading north, always looking for Kai.
Kai.
Hi!
Where are you?
Where are you? She passed the palace of a prince, and he came out to see you, was visiting his lands. What is your name, and where are you going?
My name is Gerda, Your Highness. I am searching for Kai. Have you seen him?
No, I have not seen him. You must be very fond of him to have come so far from home.
He's my dearest friend. I must find him.
Will you not stay with me a little while?
Thank you. I should like that, but I must not delay too long.
The prince gave Gerda a wonderful dinner and she told him the story. The prince said that in the morning he would give Gerda a coach and horses for her journey.
There, my best coach, painted like the sun, all sparkling gold. You may have it on one condition. On the way back, you must stop and tell me about your adventures.
I promise. Thank you.
Gerda sat down on her coach, and the horse flew off like the wind. They took to the north, which led through a dark and dismal forest. It was not surprising that the coach, gleaming like a golden star, should attract the attention of a band of robbers.
What have we here? Please, please, let me go. I'm looking for Kai. Here, I'll take care of you. You shall give me your coat and pretty clothes, and come with me to my castle. Move over. Who are you? I'm the robber chief's daughter. They won't kill you as long as I don't get angry. Come, let's drive to the castle. Do you know where Kai is? I haven't seen him, and I don't know why you're so upset about him. But we can ask my clever old pet reindeer. He knows everything. At the robber girl's castle, the robber girl asked the reindeer if he had seen Kai. He told her to ask the pigeons. Yes, said the pigeons, we have seen Kai. The Snow Queen has taken him to her palace in the far frozen north. There, now you know. You shall take my reindeer with you, for he knows the way best of all. Oh, Kai!
Oh, Kai!
Where can you be?
Where can you be?
Kai!
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 It was getting colder and colder. On the back of the reindeer, Gerda sped over the snowy landscape, and on and on and on. Soon there were no more trees, only scrub and mosses, and the night sky was full of this beautiful radiance of northern lights. The reindeer never tired or slowed down till he came at last to the broken down hut of the old Lapp woman. The hut was almost buried in ice and snow.
Where am I? You are at the house of the Lapp woman, but why have you come, my child? The reindeer brought me here. He is a good friend of mine. He must know that I could help you. Do you know where Kai is? I shall look in my charts. Will they tell you where Kai is? Patience, my child. I cannot work in a hurry. Up here in the wild north, there is plenty of time. Ah, what do I see? Yes. Little Kai is certain as of the Snow Queen. He is delighted with everything there. He thinks it quite the best place in the world because he has a spencer of magic glass in his heart and a grain of magic glass in his eye. They will have to come out or he will never be human again. Can you give me something to break the power of the Snow Queen? I cannot give you a greater power than you already have. What power do I have? Her power is in her innocent heart. I cannot tell her that. You need have no fear, my child. The reindeer will take you to the garden of the Snow Queen. At the edge of the garden, he will wait for you, for you must go to the Snow Queen's palace alone. Goodbye, and thank you. Goodbye. Gerda soon found herself at the entrance to the Snow Queen's palace. The walls were made of the drifted snow on the windows and doors of the bitter wind. The north wind blew all around the halls of the great Snow Queen. Oh, Kai! Where are you? Where are you?
Where are you?
There were hundreds of rooms in the palace, shaped just as the snow had drifted. They were all lighted by the strongest northern lights and were immensely big and grand, but all empty and glittering in their iciness. Immense, never-ending, and cold were the Snow Queen's halls.
Oh, what a terrible place! In the very middle of the great ice palace was a frozen lake. There in her solitary ice grenadier sat the Snow Queen, Kai playing at her feet. Kai! It's Kai! At last I found him! And there's the Snow Queen! How tall she is! She peers me with her eyes. How can I be brave enough to ask her to let Kai come home? Why have you come here? I want to take Kai home with me. Kai, look! It's Gerda! Come to take you home. I found you at last.
He does not know you.
Wahaha!
He is almost turned to ice.
That is terrible. He is blue with cold.
He does not feel it. Soon his heart will be a solid lump of ice, and then he will be all mine.
That shall never be if I can help it.
You, what do you think you can do?
What is he trying to do with those letters of ice?
He is trying to spell out a word for me, but he will never do it. Only a good heart can write such a word.
Dear Kai, can you not think of the word?
He can never do it.
Oh, Kai, I have come so far to find you. Think hard.
As Gerda held Kai in her arms, a miracle happened. Her hot tears fell on Kai, penetrating to his heart. They thawed the ice and melted a bit of mirror in it.
Oh, Kai, do you remember the rose on the rooftop in the mother? Look, he does remember.
Stop at one.
You can do nothing. Look, his heart is melting, and his tears will wash the grain of black out of his eyes.
He shall never go home. He has not spelled out the words.
Yes, I have, Miss Attorney.
Kai, you are yourself again.
Take him with you. You have ruined everything.
Gerda and Kai left the icy palace to begin the long journey home. At the edge of the Snow Queen's garden, they found the reindeer waiting. They sped to the house of the Lapland, and then the reindeer took them to the edge of the Lapland where they left the snow and heard birds and saw the new buds in the forest. They saw Robber Girl, who pointed out the path for them to take. They passed the palace of the prince. Then they found the river, and a boat was waiting. The witch waved the day to not go near her magic garden at last. They saw ahead of them the well-remembered towers of their town. We are here! We are here!
Here is the mother's door, and how we shall surprise her.
There's the roof garden, and there's the rose bush.
There is the mother.
Welcome home, dear children. How I have missed you.
They were all as happy as could be, and as they held hands, all the cold emptiness of the Snow Queen and her palace passed away like a bad dream. Save once more, Gerda and Kai lived happily ever after. The end.
You were a great audience. We want to do a couple quick thank yous. Ms. Mulvey and Mr. Dora for making room for us in here a lot. They rearranged a few scheduled things. And Mr. Dora also is videotaping it. Ms. Curry for accommodating us, letting sports or physical activities, just take a little break for one day. But you guys better run around in the snow today, for sure. And we have our, this is, please step up here.
Why?
This was our idea woman right here. Casted everything, and our student director, and she did a really good job, and Ms. Norris did a great job too. She did all my work. The North Creek Enterprise is here to take pictures of you guys because you're so beautiful. Thank you.
Thanks everybody for coming.